A race at Dent Valley racetrack that doesn't make sense. Anyway, thus the church service has been planned. Trans-Pennine Express of lines class 68, 68 are due to leave at 13:30. Right, close that. Time to set up the trains. We've got 3 minutes. We can turn the ETS on. AWS.
TEWS and AWS operational.
There's some good old 68 thrash. Did I put the headlights to the wrong setting? Oh, the game's broken. There we go. Yeah, I need to put them onto the other setting. Anyway, I'm going to skip this bit because it gets really boring here. We'll skip until we leave, maybe. I can hear 3, 2, 1. This is, yeah, there you go. You can just see it going off into the distance there. That's the train we're going to be following for this scenario. So it's not going to be a fast scenario. We might have to be dealing with some adverse signalling. I think there's a couple of signals on this route, on the line that are broken, so we'll have to contend with them too. Back in the cab. Alright, so that was us departing Canal Cross. We actually ended up departing a bit late because the train we were following departed a little bit late. So not by too much though, only by about 30 seconds, so I'd say we're probably on time. So, right, Dent Valley Motor Racing Circuit at 14:09. So that should be maths, 40 minutes. Roughly 40 minutes. That's going to be fun. Now, before we get into a lot of the video, I just want to say I've tried a new thing because this scenario was really long. The recording I took, plus the little bit at the beginning and end of it, was about an hour. And I wanted to really cut it down because I didn't want to have to split this into 2 parts as well. Because that would make like 9 parts, and I want it to be an even number, so 8 or 10. So what I tried doing is, because of course these scenarios are due because of my bad computer. AWS cancel. Yeah, because my bad computer is quite laggy. I'm getting about 15 FPS with lag spikes. So I can't get rid of the lag spikes that easy, but the 15 FPS I can change by speeding up the video. So I sped it up a little bit, which has brought the time down a lot to a level that I think it's like acceptable to put on YouTube. Like, some people do long videos. I do medium videos, but I don't want them to be too long. To be fair, a lot of my videos are a bit on the long side. My headrest just broke there, if you heard. The sound in this sometimes just dies. Anyway, that's that. Not much else, to be honest, before we start getting into it. But don't worry if it's sort of like, oh, it looks like it's too fast, or accelerating too quickly, oh no, this doesn't look right. I just sort of like eyeballed it, to be honest. Like, that looks about okay. I didn't actually go by, well, the scenario took 40 minutes, so I slowed down so that clip is 40 minutes. I just sort of, that will do a bit. Right, I think this is one of the broken signals. Because those two are double yellow and single yellow, but I don't think that train stops at Cup as well. And also in my playtest run through of this, that signal was green. Yeah, I don't know why those signals are broken, but they are. Anyway, that probably gave him a bit of time to get ahead of us so we can go fast. But if this was like a scenario where I knew that I didn't program anything else in front of us, I would know that it's broken. But I mean, you never know, because we're following something and they could be there. So, yeah. I'm usually with signalling, I'm quite like optimistic, like, yes, I know I just passed a single yellow signal, but I don't actually, for some reason, my brain doesn't think to prepare to stop for the next signal. It just thinks, oh, it's probably going to have cleared the next signal by the time I get to it, so I'll be clear to proceed. But then you just think, what if it doesn't? And in one of my playtests, I got TPWS on me because I forgot it stopped. I can't remember which station it was. I forgot it stopped, so I was like, ah, right, this signal is still red. Cool, I'm doing 50. Some 321s. Yeah, so we're on a charter service, which means we don't stop anywhere else. We're just going straight across to Dent Valley. Because apparently a race is on, a motor race. Big car race. I just read what it said there, and it says motor racing service. It said motor race, but it's just a car race. We learnt that from my I don't know what was happening. I was obviously tired when I wrote that message because it just didn't make sense, that part of the message. Oh, right, we gotta slow down from 80. So 156 is hello. We'll keep going a little bit. There you go. I think now would be a good time to start braking. So no. Oh, actually, I think I may have left that a bit late. Come on. Speed down, speed down, speed down, get speed down. Down. We're not speeding by too much, so 1 or 2 miles an hour. I'm quite happy with that. Right. It's like this corner from the outside. Sometimes it feels like it's really sharp, but sometimes, like with the super elevation, it doesn't feel like it's too bad. Probably because it's like super elevated so far. So it's absolutely crazy. I mean, it's been so long since I drove a Pendolino, and I think in the Pendolino I used to have the tilting was broken. It didn't tilt. But now I've got a pack that makes it tilt. I want to know what tilting around that bend looks like. You know, I've got a few of those corners on my route where it's really sharp and you're just like, if I get a Pendolino around here, is it going to fall off the track the other way? But it doesn't. Oh right, we've got to stop. Hello train, there's another train. My AI again, where it crams all the AI into as close as possible. It's not too bad. When I say it's not too bad, I mean like some of my scenarios are a lot worse. See that signal from there. So at least I didn't see it there. I think it. Oh, is that red? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a red. We need to stop. Come on, stop, 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 stupid train. or the signal can jump up to single yellow. I don't mind. Oh, yeah. Nice. See, that's what I mean. Like, if that signal hadn't gone up to yellow, I probably got very close, if not past it. And that wouldn't have been good. Talking of spads, I watched back the video, when I was watching back the video of the, what was it, part 4, when we went onto the pier. I still can't find where I passed the signal of danger. All I can think of is that maybe, God, I got something in my throat. All I can think of is maybe the signal on the pier was at red when I passed it, because of course you can't see it from the other side because I was doing a pass-by shot on the level on the crossing thing. That's all I can think of. I just don't know. I can't work out whether the game glitched, but as I think I put a comment. If not, I'll do that after I've edited this. There's TPWS on that route. So I don't see, like, I would have known if I passed the signal because the train would have gone full emergency brakes and stopped. Oh, 66. A powerful one. Like 420 or something. I know all the memes are going to be going crazy whenever someone says anything similar to that number. So right, we got about 25 miles. There's something to talk about. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the scenario. All I can think of is the game glitched. I mean, I haven't passed the signal of danger probably since the playtest of this. Like in a quick drive scenario or a standard scenario that I've made. Yeah, in any of them. I mean, I don't really. If I drive if I drive a train, I usually make my own scenario for it, because I usually only drive stuff that has AP, stuff that's AP, or has an AP sound pack, or something that has a reskin on it, and all those, like, reskins don't come with scenarios, and AP stuff come with scenarios that you need loads of other AP stuff for. And I know you can just download the extra stock pack, but to be honest, I can't be bothered. All them routes that I don't have or don't like. So it's sort of hard in that respect. Right. How are we doing? We got a 90 limit coming up. We don't need to worry about that because we're doing about 60. So, I know these next scenarios might get a bit repetitive because we're just going up and down this main line for all these next scenarios. Well, for the rest of the scenarios, we do this, and then we come back up, and then we go back down again, and that's it. That's like the rest of these scenarios. Of course, this scenario is the first one that was it. This scenario has the is on my slightly modified version of the route. It's got the new Marsden depot. So from this part 6 to part 8, they're on the new version of the route. Then when I've done these, I'm going to completely upgrade it, hopefully. Maybe keep the track plan the same apart from the bit, maybe like Port Keen, Kennel Cross, Anstone, and Martin Central. Probably change them. But all the other stations, I'll just change the platforms from the Kuju platforms to a nice one with like a yellow line and stuff like that. Because that's the thing that I can't that always gets me is the fact they don't have a yellow line on them, which I don't like. So yeah, there's lots of things. I mean, there's in a lot of my scenarios on here. There's a lot of things I could change about this route that I just don't like. I mean, I would change the overhead cables, but the only issue with changing the overhead cables is it will take so long because I've got to relay all of the track. And to be frank, do I want to do that? I mean, that will take a very long time. And also with my experience of relaying tracks, sometimes points don't work properly because of height differences. That's why basically all of my routes are just completely flat. I don't usually put hills in my route, and if I do, it's like an underpass, like where a track needs to go under another one before raising to the same level as it. I don't usually make them like drivable lines because they're just so bad. But I'll change a lot of the buildings and change loads of them. And yeah, in other news, I've finally found the static placeable Ocean Network Express containers, or ONE1 containers. Finally found the placeable ones of them. So I've used them a bit in my route building. I don't know, like, do you want to see videos of me working on my route? But is that something that you would want to see, or do you want to just see me driving trains? I don't know. Like, I'm quite happy to do either or both. Of course, there's going to be the same amount of videos, just they're going to be over different things. Because I feel like you've got a few in real life trains, which might get a lot less frequent, if not completely stop, when I get back to school later on. Well, I don't know when I go back to school, but it's not too long away. So that they'll probably stop unless I can like dig out some old videos that I took. But then. And then, as well as that, you got train sim. But do you want to just see me driving trains, or do you want to see me making routes? I mean, making scenarios is quite boring. But making routes, like, you get to have fun with that and stuff. Making scenarios, you just place in a train and program it, and then place in the next one and program it, and make sure they're evenly spaced apart, roughly. I mean, like, I've mentioned this before. The reason that I do a lot of my scenarios on fictional routes is because there's no I can drive whatever I want. Like, I don't have to go, oh, I want to drive this train, but there's no routes where it would realistically run. It's just sort of like, yeah, just run this train, to be honest. But then most importantly, I don't have to, like, some scenarios on these routes, like, use the working timetables, or they're going to real-time trains and find it there. I don't want to have to deal with, oh, it's not going to take that long and blah, 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 oh, that train should be passing through 2 minutes earlier. I just want to make scenarios and have fun. I mean, I've got one on West Coast Main Line South that I'm working on, but, like, that's not sort of working timetable. Anyway, back to the task at hand. We've got 222 passengers. I've sort of been paying attention to the signals. We've had a bit where they were sort of jumping up as we got to them. I think we are clear to speed up a bit now. My route knowledge of this is very limited, so I can't remember when the next station is. I sort of know up to I sort of know like roughly like the landmarks that you get to before the station, but I couldn't like tell you the exact path of the track much further than near the station. It's without looking at like a map of the route. Making some quite good progress. I'm actually just like looking at the clock while I'm doing this voiceover, and it looks like I've sped it up a bit too much. I think it's sped up a little bit too much, but I'm probably not going to change it because I have to re-record all the voiceovers. But yeah, in the next one, so I'll make sure it's a little bit better. Make sure the seconds are roughly about a second. These are a bit. This is sped up a bit too much. Anyway, we'll get some serious speed here. Thinking I've got to make sure I don't exceed 100 miles an hour, because that's first of all the speed limit for coaches and also of the 68 itself. I've got a 75 limit coming up, because I always used to think that 68s went 125 miles an hour, and I think the reason I thought that is because like Shorten Railways, they used to have 67s on their Mark 3 sets on their express services, and 67s could go 125, so I thought they ordered 68s to be like 67s but more modern, but could go the same speed. I didn't realise they could actually, they're actually slower, but I suppose I don't think there's many places on the Chiltern Main Line with the 125 limit. And also when you look at the speedometer, it only goes up to 120, so that's a big sign. It always used to confuse me because I got to about 105 miles an hour and then the power would cut out until I got down to about 90 again. So I went onto Wikipedia and said top speed 100, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, they can only go 100 now, okay. Right, we're going through the power station bit here. Right, so what's happening is the train that we're following, that's terminating at Marston Central, so that's going into the other platform, that's going to platform 3. We'll be going faster on to platform 1, and then we've got the last like 2 miles of our journey we've got uninterrupted. Of course, you may have noticed when we were departing Cannon Cross, there was another train pulling into platform 3. Is that 3? Or is that 2? I think it's 2. Yeah, there's another train pulling into platform 2. That will be following us. So that will eventually, once we get, because what's going to happen is we're going to go into the we're going to stop at the platform, unload the passengers, and we're going to pull into the goods loop. But and probably when we're in the goods loop, that train's going to overtake us. So that's going to be fun. So this is another section. This happened last time when we were following that 37 with 55 limit. Oh, I'm going to have to pause it. Sometimes I have to pause it and hit the button manually because I don't have time to turn and hit the LOS button in the cab because it'll put the emergency brakes on, so I have to pause it. So that's annoying. Right, I'm going to cut until something interesting happens. Alright, just cut a bit further forwards because it's getting boring. Oh, we had a double AWS there because of the speed change and the signal, which is single yellow, so we better stop. And there's a whistle board there, so you know, as you do. I think I missed one because I'm pretty sure there's one. a little way back down the line. But hey ho, I missed it. So we're approaching Llandorfi station, which sounds like it's Welsh. It's really odd, like the names, like Marsden sounds quite British. Invermere, Canlacross, Kirkwhiswell all sound Scottish. Llandorfi sounds Welsh. Like, what is this line? Like, if you go by names, you're in Scotland, then you're in Scotland again, and then it sounds like it sounds like the first 3 stations are in Scotland, and now I'm in Wales, and then we get into England. Like, the names don't sound like... they're okay-ish names, but they're okay-ish names that, don't fit with where this route's based. So I'm guessing it's based in, like... Well, it's based on the coast, because we've got the coastline. Cancel. Oh, we're going to have to do it again. Burp on it. I think you could hear me spamming Q there, couldn't you? You could hear the AWS plunger being hit repeatedly, which is on my Q key. Nope. Put on a bit of power. Yeah, so he's gonna train with following, he's gonna pull into platform 3, and then we can have greens all the way, hopefully. So, I mean, I think the train in front of him will probably be around Marsden Central to Dent Valley. So yeah. Another 156 there. Got a bit of power. Gosh, we've only just looked at the distance. We've only got like another, over 5 miles. So yeah, we're seriously on track to getting there. I think we are now. We've got 125 here, but soon we're going to see a 90 limit. Oh, there you go. I just called it. Yeah, there's 90 limit. So yeah, we're getting into Marsden Central now, so that's going to go down to 50, and then just after it's going to say it's going to go down to 25, because that's because the points are switched into platform 3 for that other train to get in, because we are really close behind it. Like it hasn't, it's probably not even entered the platform yet. I'm hoping that if I just put on a little bit of power now, it's a full car. If I just put on a little bit of power now, hopefully he would have cleared those points would have switched and he'd have cleared the line that we're going on. There you go, you can see it goes down to 20, so that will be there. So let's see if that changes. See if it changes. Doesn't look like it. I don't have to stop, but I might have to. Just got my eyes glued to the map there. There you go, right, there you go, we cleared. So they just changed, so that signal will be green. Nice. But I need to slow down to 50. You're going so slow anyway, I might just put on the loco brakes. I mean, I know it's probably about 101 reasons why you shouldn't do that, but I'm going to do it anyway, because you don't need to slow down that much. In fact, we could probably like coast down to that speed. Yeah. Just be able to coast down to that speed. That just a bit of loco brakes just to get it down to the speed. Right, we've got another 321. Let's just be departing. Alright, we're down to 50 miles an hour, just in time. Oh, it's a cool view. I tell you what, is there one I think there's one on the other side. Maybe we can use that to see. No, it'd probably be better just in the cab seat. Yeah. It's probably better just in the cab seat. There you go, you can just see the back of the train through there. Let's see if we can get a shot of it through the platform. Oh, there's another train we're about to cross over with. There you go, there's the train we're following. There it is. But now we're not going to see it anymore because there's now a 90 and not a 3 set anyway. I am fully aware that that's in the grey and white livery, not the plain white livery like everything else. That's just because that plain white livery, I don't know where it comes from. I think it's a AP Wary Lines thing, maybe. And I don't have it. It says I have it, but you place it down and it's just missing text, just so. I just decided to use that because that's the most modern one I have. I would say that if you show me this road, I'd say it's either Greater Anglia or EMR. So I just put both of them on there. God, this is what I mean, they cram themselves up. There's the next train already. Right, there's our new Marsden depot. I'd stick my head out the window, but you can't because it doesn't open. I think you can actually open, you can see your head out the door, so I might do that. So that's this building we're passing here, that's the paint shop. And then these are all the stablings, all the sidings here, all the like depot maintenance bits. And you'll see in the background, just behind this building there you go, over there, you might be able to see some tracks. They are the freight sidings. And yes, I couldn't be bothered to put anything in them, so I left them empty. You can see the freight sidings will join on to us here. I haven't sorted out the fencing here. Oh, what was that? Oh, that's my throttle. One of the sounds is bugged. Right, there's Dent Valley. This is the worst bit. This is my least favourite thing. Stopping a train with spring-loaded brakes in a platform from a high speed is no, just stop already. I mean, I can maybe stop it from like 25 miles an hour. I can do that, but 80? No, thank you. I'm gonna either over-brake or under-brake. Right. I'm just paying attention to that dial there. The way these works, if you look on that middle panel, on that side panel there, there's 3 gauges. I'm looking at the one in the middle. You can see there's like a red needle. And when I change the brake pressure, there you go, you can see that's a yellow needle. So what you do is basically the brake is sat in the middle. You push the brake forward and that yellow needle will go down and that will increase your brake pressure. When you stop, your brake pressure will just stay. And the red needle, which is like that, the yellow needle is what you set it to, the red needle is what pressure is in the brake pipes at the moment. So that will go to match it. And then if you pull it backwards, it will go back up to 5, which is brake release. But then this one also, if you push it forward fully, I'm guessing it like click into place, and that's the emergency brakes. So that'll immediately apply emergency brakes. Oh god. It looks like I'm coming in a bit slow. I'm going to try and get the full train in the platform, which is easy. Like, there's plenty of platform to get this train into, but I'm really bad at stopping trains, so I'll probably fail. Let's release the brakes. Just stopping trains in general isn't my strong suit. Let's get out the window so we can better gauge how close we are to the end of the platform there. I mean, we could stop here. I guess we'll just stop here because it's pointless going right down the ends of the platform if the back of the train's already in. Right. So actually, I haven't really shown you the consist we're driving. I suppose, yeah, I haven't actually had a passport view. We'll do that at the end. We'll do that. And then of course, you're gonna remember the part 7 of this is the same. We're still in the same train, so that'll be a little pass-by shots there. Right, let's go. Right, we just need to go to the sidings. That's only 2 miles away, so that shouldn't be too bad. I think, to be honest, I think we can dedicate the last 2 miles, so probably last, I don't know. We'll be going quite slow, so maybe 5 minutes of this video we can dedicate to the fact that it is now officially the 1st of January and it is now 2021. So yeah, Happy New Year everyone. I know I posted a video. I posted a video yesterday. How many of you got deceived and think it was actually like an important message about the channel or something and not just me saying Happy New Year while driving a Pendolino through Rugby Station on the fast? Yeah. Anyway, happy New Year. Let's just hope that 2021 will bring all the good things that 2020 didn't, because it was annoying. 2020 has just been, yeah. I mean, all of us have had problems in 2020. Yeah, so I hope everyone is excited for 2021. I am. Let's just stay optimistic. I just realised we passed a single yellow signal. So this one's the other one that's broken in my play test of this scenario. Yes, let's just hope let's be optimistic and hope that 2021 brings all the good things. Right, let's focus. Once we get a little way down here, we're gonna get overtaken by 321. That's the train that's following us. I remember I'm talking a lot about the playtest. I mean, like, it was sort of like all that happened, basically. So in the playtest, the 321 was literally, I sometimes just did like a little pass-by shot, and I could see the 321 in the background. It was the thing about AI. It tries to, like, it doesn't. That's the thing. Like, normal train drivers, some of them like just go as fast as I can, but some of them, like, I've seen some going through like some stations that they have like a double yellow, they're just, or some have a green, but they're absolutely hammering it through the station. They're probably going about 40, 50, just taking it easy. Some drivers do that. I mean, it's a bit harder on passenger trains because you've got a timetable, but I don't think any timetable will be that, like, one train is literally glued to the back of the next, glued to the back of the one in front of it. Right. Guess we can start slowing down for the 15 limit. I'm surprised this 321 hasn't overtaken us yet. Gotta be somewhere around here. Maybe it's we're going into the siding. Like, it always used to get me confused this bit, because it goes into 4-track and then there's 2 goods loops. So are these like slow lines almost? Like this, like this small, because you gotta remember, like, this is like 5 miles of track, I'm pretty sure. So you don't need a good slope that's long. I mean, this good slope, the good slope that we're about to go into, this siding is long enough. Oh, there it is. So that was a train that you saw at Cannon Cross Station that's just been following us. Right, this is the relaxed bit where we just pull in and literally, I don't have my hands on the keyboard right now. I'm just sat here, just letting the train do well. I could sort of almost just coasting. I mean, there's no point going right down the end of the siding. I'm just gonna stop right, like as the back of our train gets into the siding, because there's no point going down the other way, because we're just gonna turn around and go back. Yeah. May as well just... Yeah. I mean, I could stand up and go get a snack or something. I mean, as long as I'm quick. And I feel like eating right now, which I kind of don't. Well, I remember, of course, I remember thinking of this when I was actually recording this. And I was thinking I could go get a snack, but I'm not hungry. Anyway, let's, I already turned the ETS off while we were at the station. So we can just turn the lights into the back position and then take the HUD off and let's get a nice position. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah. As I said, part 7 is just going to be us taking this back to Cannon Cross empty stock. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video. And until the next one, goodbye!